Hey guys, it's HMK once again. We already know E3 2016 is gonna mark the huge unveiling of big Zelda Wii U and Zelda NX news. Zelda Wii U is gonna be playable for 2 extended demos from what we've heard, and we're gonna get a lot of new information on this game. Now, a lot of people, including myself, have been making videos on YouTube, been making posts on Reddit, forums, all this stuff, talking about new features and new things and stuff they expect to see in this new Zelda game. Now, this is a comment that I've seen on all of that, and it's a little too often, and it's that one comment that says, they wouldn't put this in Zelda. A variation of this. They wouldn't do that to Zelda. They wouldn't do this in a Zelda. Zelda isn't this. Zelda isn't that. They wouldn't put it in a Zelda game. Now, this little statement is really getting on my nerves a little bit, more than a little bit, actually a lot. Because Zelda Wii U, Zelda NX, has been repeatedly stated to have big, new innovations for the Zelda franchise. It's gonna break away from the Zelda formula that we've seen in games like Ocarina of Time, Majora's Mask, Twilight Princess, The Wind Waker, Skyward Sword, even a little bit, and all these other 2D Zelda games up until A Link Between Worlds. And we already know A Link Between Worlds experimented a big portion when it comes to how a Zelda game flows, how you approach dungeons, which dungeon you want to do first, and the items that you acquire within the dungeon, breaking free of the fact that, oh, you go into Dungeon A, get item A, beat Dungeon A, Item A allows you to go into Dungeon B. No, they've been breaking free of that, and a lot of people seem to have forgotten that Nintendo wants to go on this trend of breaking the norms and the conventions of Zelda by saying they wouldn't put this in a Zelda game, when a lot of people would suggest a new gameplay element or something new that could be implemented in Zelda Wii U and Zelda NX. Now, if you want proof from Nintendo, straight from Nintendo, I've got a bunch of press releases and a bunch of statements directly from Nintendo because, you know, I got them connections, confirming everything I've been saying in this video about breaking the norms of Zelda. This is what Scott Muffet, an executive from Nintendo, had to say. By giving attendees extended hands-on time with this remarkable game at E3 2016, they'll be able to get a much deeper understanding of something new for the franchise regarding The Legend of Zelda. Now, there's another excerpt from the same statement that Nintendo has given me. Eiji Aonuma has said that this new installment of the Legend of Zelda franchise will be a clean break from the conventions of previous games, removing boundaries that force the players to follow a set path and introducing new gameplay that has not been experienced in previous Zelda games. And it has been stated that Eiji Aonuma wants this game, Zelda Wii U, Zelda NX, to have the same impact as Ocarina of Time did way back when in 1998 when it broke on the 3D scene. Alright? So when a lot of people say, and I understand a lot of people, they want something familiar with Zelda. We have something to expect when it comes to Zelda. But if A Link Between Worlds is any indicator, we can expect a lot of great, fresh, new gameplay additions in Zelda Wii U and Zelda NX. And A Link Between Worlds made me a believer that Nintendo knows what they're doing and we don't have to be afraid. So when you say they wouldn't do this in a Zelda game, that is null and void. All cards are off the table, and yet at the same time, all cards are on the table when it comes to gameplay possibilities and features for this game. You know, you guys need to open your mind on what we can expect to see in Zelda Wii U and Zelda NX. I understand that Twilight Princess and Skyward Sword, and even The Wind Waker, the past few Zelda console games, has got us, you know, accustomed to a certain way how the game flows. And a lot of people are considering that Zelda Wii U may end up being Twilight Princess 2.0, or maybe even Skyward Sword 2.0 with some Twilight Princess flair to it. But I feel like it's not going to be any of that. I feel that it's going to be a great new experience that at the same time retains its identity as a Zelda game. That's honestly the best scenario we can hope for when it comes to Zelda Wii U and Zelda NX. And don't worry, I understand. Change and novelty are something to be afraid of most of the time. But a lot of times, you know, as the old saying goes, change is good. So it doesn't matter how big of a Zelda fanatic that you think you are, or how big of a Zelda enthusiast that you think you are, all that doesn't really matter when it comes to Zelda Wii U and Zelda NX. All we can do is look at past Zelda games and assume what will be the best things to carry over in this Zelda game, because we are honestly going to get more new than old in Zelda Wii U and Zelda NX. So, before you write off others for having some sort of crazy idea that could be implemented into the game, open your mind a little bit and get excited for what could be in Zelda Wii U and Zelda NX. So if you want more information on the game, please be sure to subscribe to HMK, because I'll be there at E3 playing the demo and getting all the info for you guys. And be sure to follow me on Twitter and Facebook, because that's when the updates are going to be rolling out ASAP. So guys, I hope you are excited for the next Legend of Zelda game and what it could be and what it could breathe life into the series. Breaking away from the Zelda formula, I can dig it. So, until the next Zelda video, I've been HMK, and I'll check you guys later.